Hi, and welcome to Mortgage Minute Live, where we map out and navigate the road ahead with current housing market insights, trends, and new product updates. Today I'm here with Benchmark CEO Brian McKinney. Let's chat. Let's go ahead and get kicked off, and let's check out our first road sign in the market. So Brian, I'm sure you've seen all over Facebook, school is back in session. We love seeing all your kids on their first day back in school, but really we want to talk today about the economic roller coaster that was this summer, that is the future. Why don't you jump into it?
Sure. Yeah, I can't believe I actually have two high schoolers as of today, making me feel a little old, but we've been on a real economic roller coaster really since the beginning of the year. This morning, the inflation numbers came out less than expected at 8.5%. Last I looked, the Dow was up 525 points. Even a gallon of gas, right after we've all made our summer vacation trips, a gallon of gas is now $1 cheaper than it was just 60 days ago. So, the point is where is the market going? We don't know, right? Nobody knows. And so there are certain things you can control and there are certain things you can't control. And I think what we've done a great job of here at Benchmark and all of our branch partners is really managing through this, managing the things we can control, whether it's expenses or our pricing or how we get business. A lot of turmoil in the market right now from people that perhaps did not do a good job of controlling those kind of things that they could control. Loan Depot came out yesterday. They lost over $224 million in the second quarter. That's 315 plus for the year if you're keeping score. And yesterday they closed their wholesale division. So I know a lot of originators over the last 6 months have been asking me, how can people sustain this kind of pricing? Well, the answer is they can't, and they didn't. And here you go, huge losses, closing major divisions. They've laid off 4,000 people since the beginning of the year. Another 1,000 was in their press release between now and the end of the year. There's a lot of chatter out there about companies that are for sale or going bankruptcy. That's not us.
Yeah, and it's incredible because we're over here beating an entirely different drum. I mean, the words that I'm hearing often are growth and opportunities. We have new faces and new places joining Benchmark often now. Why don't you talk about some of the new ones?
Sure. So yeah, recruiting in all of our channels is a big priority right now. We just added a new branch in Las Vegas that's in the process of joining us. When you look at what we do from a consistency standpoint, our purchase originations were 91% in the month of July. So we're still on that kind of slow and steady path of, hey, we're a purchase lender. That's what we do. We're not going to chase the market. We're going to be smart and we're going to manage through it. Are things slowing down? Yes, I would say they are slowing down, but to where, If you're driving your car 70 miles an hour down the freeway and you go to pass somebody and you get up to 100, well, when you slow down, that feels slower, right? Yeah. But I think when you go look at the data that's out there, you'll see that we've actually slowed down to what is still a very robust housing market. So this first slide here is showing real estate showings. So on the left in the gray bars, you see what was the pre-pandemic demand for real estate showings. And obviously, after a month off there when COVID hit, they skyrocketed, right? People were trying to get out of the inner cities. They were trying to get out to the suburbs. And we saw a skyrocketing in showings. But when you look at the green bar on the far right of where we are today, we're still way in excess of pre-pandemic levels. That goes back to basic fundamentals about demographics, the millennial generation, household formation, and the demand for housing. Some of it too is coupled with the fact that we were actually undersupplied on housing going into the pandemic, and the market is still trying to catch up. The next slide actually shows existing home sales. So again, look at 20 rising up to 2021. I mean, two of the best years that we've all seen in the mortgage business. And look where we've slowed down to. We're actually on, pacing for a 2020 type level, and still going to beat 2019. So when we say things have slowed down, yes, they have, but what I hear from a lot of the realtors and the builders out there is that they've slowed down to a normal level, which I think we all like normal, right? The last question we hear from a lot of buyers out there is, is real estate a good investment? They're concerned because many of them may have seen the 2008 crash, and they're thinking, is real estate still a good investment? Well, the answer is yes, real estate's always a good investment. And if you look at the data, this slide shows the return on real estate versus other instruments that people try to use to hedge against inflation. And clearly, real estate is the best hedge against inflation and the best investment out there. So, the question is, is it a good time to buy a house? Yes. The question is, it's always a good time to be in real estate. So
that's all we got for today. Thanks for joining us on another episode of Mortgage Minute Live.